We live in a world that is loud, noisy, and busy all the time. I actually go off in the summer multiple times to go backcountry camping, and I find that it takes the third day, it's my third day out in the wilderness, where there's nothing, there's no electronics, there's nothing, marketing, sales, other stuff going on in my life, and people trying to market to me. The third day is where I feel this peace, this quiet come on me. If it takes 72 hours to get to a place for the average person, and I don't know if I'm average with that or not. My guess is that it would take longer for the average person because I'm consistently practicing quiet and silence in other areas of my life, taking breaks, taking rest, quietening my spirit, my mind in different ways. My guess is that it takes longer for most people. And if that's the case, what is that doing to you? Anxiety is a huge issue right now with people, and what I've found is that if people are able to focus and rest, if they're able to do those two things, they typically move away from anxiety. They don't struggle with anxiety in the same way. So I'm not going to recommend you go into the backcountry, that you pick up a backpack and run off with your own stuff for a few days in the backcountry. What I am going to encourage you to do is stick with these mornings. The mornings that we've been talking about, this small series, this mini series on mornings, is so valuable for you on so many levels, because it cannot take the place of complete silence and quiet and peace in your life, but it can give you bits of that. And what that will do is take the anxiety from here consistently, it'll move it down to here. It's not perfect necessarily, but the buzz in the background will become it'll become a little quieter, a little more peaceful. It won't be as rampant, it won't be as intense in many ways or invasive. This is what you want to do. You want to have a time every single morning, and I talked about getting ready for your morning in the last video, and what the few tasks that you can do: brushing your teeth, taking a glass of water, just getting prepared, getting ready with your workout clothes or going for a walk or whatever it is. After that, what you want to do is you want to have a short period of time. It doesn't have to be super long. A short period of time where you have intentional, I'm thinking about another word here. I guess the best word is intentional silence. What I mean by that, and there are going to be a number of ways we do this. Tomorrow I'll talk about another thing. But for today, what I want you to do is commit to intentional silence for a few minutes in the mornings when you get up. What intentional silence is meditation, prayer. You can practice gratitude. You can practice some other things there. I'm going to leave visualization and goals and stuff for the next video. But for right now, prayer, meditation, deep breathing, those kind of things, gratitude, are what you can do with this. There's tons of research that shows that when you have silence, focused, intentional silence, what it does, it lowers anxiety levels. It also interacts with different parts of your brain that allow you to think different thoughts. This is amazing what it does for people, and I could quote some research to you. I won't do that right now. What I'm going to ask you to do is commit to a practice of silence. What I want you to start off with is a minute, 1 minute of silence, where it's quiet around you. This is why mornings are so important for this, because early in the morning, the background noise of the city or wherever you're at is also down quite a bit. So it is quieter, and you can just be. Rather than doing, rather than thinking, you can simply be. So, meditation, prayer, deep breathing. I'm going to give you a couple of hints here and tips here, and then I'm going to let you get going with it, okay? What I'm going to ask you to do is, as soon as you get ready, don't do this in your bedroom. Make sure that you're out somewhere. I mean, if you're in a hotel room, if you're doing it, you can do it anywhere, right? But try to be outside of your bedroom if you're at home. Find a quiet space. Sit in a comfortable position, in an upright position. Get the crown of your head. If you can think of the crown of your head as kind of a string holding it, what you can do is just kind of straighten out a little bit. What this does is it's an erect posture that is attentive and intentional, rather than slouch and sleeping and falling asleep as you go. Okay, so sit in an upright posture, an alert posture, and then what you're going to do after that is take a few deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You can do your own technique if you've got a different technique, but typically breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and simply focusing on your body for a few seconds. And actually, if you're going to start this, it's the first time, try it for even 30 seconds at the start. Simply focus on your breathing. Focus on what happens with your shoulders, what happens with your chest as you breathe in, breathe out, or your stomach breathing. As you breathe in and out, notice your shoulders and how they move. Notice the air coming into your body and out. Imagine well, you don't have to imagine too much here because that's a dangerous thing when it comes to deep breathing, just because it's not going to be as helpful in the moment. But visualize what the air is doing in the moment. Feel it coming into through your nasal passages and into your lungs, and then out through your mouth. Feel the air. Listen to the sound of it. Simply be aware of what's going on right now. That can give you a little bit of peace in the middle of the busiest city, and it's going to do wonders for you. Typically for people, you need at least a couple of weeks of doing this consistently to notice a change. But when you start noticing that change, you'll start realizing, when I don't have this, my anxiety levels are higher. There's background noise in my life that I don't need. And you'll start appreciating this much more, okay? Enjoy the process of learning and practicing quietness or silence, intentional, productive silence.